Why don't we sit quietly for just a few minutes again at this point, and maybe I'll just do a very, a little bit of a guided meditation kind of around one that I picked up from Ajahn Sucitto that kind of sort of points to this whole realm of sight, sounds, thoughts, and how we can hold them a little more skillfully. So find your posture again to settle. Be still. Just remembering again that the words and the concepts are meant to just be a guide, to guide our experience and reflection. We have an idea or a concept or a thought or a memory, and if we put our attention onto it, think about it a whole lot, and watch the movement of mind to grab onto, to hold, to gnaw, to land on it, then it grows and proliferates. But if we use a concept or an idea to create an experience that then results in not landing, letting go, stopping that. We do that so that we can see the process happening of creation, of movement towards an idea, movement towards a thought, trying to get something, even if it's getting understanding. And we see how the mind lands and grows and proliferates. And we realize that there's no end to that. And so we stop. We kind of get tired of it. And just don't do it. And in that brief moment of not doing, the proliferation stops, the landing stops. What's that like? So using words to guide towards an experience that lets go and relinquishes. This is why active contemplation requires a very quiet mind to do it skillfully. Otherwise it can just get caught up in its own energy. So we cultivate a meditation object that's soothing, relaxing, quieting, stilling, to create that space where just a few words can take us to an understanding. And then we let the words drop. So back to the body, back to the breathing. Simple sensations. So a guided meditation that Ajahn Sucitto has taught, that I picked up on. Just first, gently, very gently open your eyes to gaze at a point kind of maybe a few feet in front of you on the floor, with enough awareness of the visual field that you can see some of the objects in the room, whether it's people sitting in front of you or patterns in the floor or bits of light from the windows. Notice those objects of sight. Let the visual field soften, kind of unfocus, so that it's not focused on any one small point. The visual field relaxes. There's a broad visual perception of various forms and colors, intensities of light in the full visual field, from the periphery to the center, above and below. Allow the mind to relax, to encompass all of it in kind of a fuzzy pattern. And then just notice this awareness of it. There's the visual field, and then there's this quality of knowing visual experience. And allow the attention to rest with that knowing quality rather than the objects itself. And gently close your eyes. Notice the sounds. Sound of the wind. Sound of my voice. Sounds that other people are making. Our mind goes to one, then the next, then the next. Just broaden that to a soft focus so that all sounds register without the mind going to one in particular. Just hearing. And then the knowing of that, the awareness of hearing. The knowing is focused within the sense space of hearing. It was in vision before when our eyes were open, now it's in hearing. Knowing, just the knowing quality. The intellect, the mind, thoughts arising and passing. The space in between them. Softening the focus. And just the knowing quality. body, the sensations, movement of the breathing muscles, courses of energy that you might feel in the body, twitches, tweaks. And allow a broad softness to encompass the whole body experience. And just the awareness of that. Just being with the knowing quality, the awareness of the body. There's still sense experience. There's the seen and the heard, the felt, tactile, the sensation, the thought. Just in their coming and going as they arise and cease. Simple phenomenon, no self-involvement, no you here, no you there, nor in between. Just sensory experience, ownerless. Keep returning to that aware stillness. If the mind moves towards a thought, notice that. Relax back to knowing. Drop the thought. Rest in stillness. How, dear sir, did you cross the flood? By not halting, friend, and by not straining. I crossed the flood. But how is it, dear sir, that by not halting and by not straining you crossed the flood? When I came to a standstill, friend, then I sank. But when I struggled, I got swept away. It is in this way, friend, that by not halting, by not straining, I crossed the flood. Here we have Ajahn Chah's final message to Ajahn Sumedho, which was sent by a letter in 1981. Whenever you have feelings of love or hate for anything whatsoever, these will be your aids and partners in building paramita. The Buddha Dhamma is not to be found in moving forwards, nor in moving backwards, nor in standing still. This, Sumedho, is your place of non-abiding. think this might be a good place to just call it a day. I think if there are any other questions from out there that should just save them for another time. I think it's nice to end with a bit of stillness rather than a lot of conceptualization. So thanks for coming.